Freud, and this one is Freud and the idea of human behavior. Freud has discussed a lot about human behavior in his theory of human psyche, in his theory of psychoanalytical standpoint. He deliberately talks about some of the interactions inside the human psyche. Now, while he was talking about the interactions, he primarily points out three important sections of human interactions. And these interactions are there that we experience, and these are basically internal interactions. So, on the basis of these internal interactions, our personality develops. This is how so many people around us, how do they behave, how they should interact with one to the other, depends on those internal elements that Freud would like to highlight categorically. And those basic three elements that he would like to focus on are id, ego, and superego. We cannot move forward with all the trajectories of Freudian psychoanalytical concept until or unless we discuss these basic concepts of id, ego, and superego, on the basis of which all the relevant concepts of Freud are based upon. Now, this id, ego, and superego, whenever we talk on this, we need to think that this is basically a structural theory. Freud would like to make a structure, and he thinks that this structural concept of id, ego, and superego, on which the personality of an individual is maintained, it is operated, and this is how the personality develops gradually. Now, when he is talking a lot about personality, he is actually trying to emphasize on the conflicts. Every individual is always having an internal conflict since the time of his or her conscious building. He is always torn between this tripartite struggle. When I am talking about the tripartite struggle, I am actually would like to say trying to focus on the conflict between id, ego, and superego. And these are this struggle, this conflict that happen inside the unconscious mind of an individual. These are basically unconscious conflict that happens internally, that one cannot have too much control over them. But actually, it controls the personality. It's a kind of a struggle, a jostling together. And now who wins the race? So is the behavior of the person. Freud is very much clear-cut to announce that this personality development is a long-term process. And it begins since the period of childhood. And it gradually goes through a critical phase of different psychosexual stages. So these psychosexual stages and the development is a gradual process. It is a continuous process, and it has to be made in that very particular manner. Now, there is always another very important term. This one is the drive. Now, this biological drive is an integral part of an individual. A child, when he or she is a tiny one, Freud basically talks about male child for your kind information. All the examples that he gives, offers, are from the male child. Now, this biological drive, a kind of a desire, a sexual drive, there is always a conflict between this drive and social expectations. So an individual who is growing up from that stage of childhood, and there is always that struggle of desire, the demand, biological drive, and on the other hand, he is experiencing, feeling the social expectation. So life is actually a balance. If one can go in a very balanced manner, solving all those expectations and that dilemma that he is suffering from, then the man is just, the man is accepted in the society perfectly, and he is considered as a human being who is a perfect social human being. But if the same individual cannot navigate the desire, the demand, the drives within, and misuses it, and cannot control those desires perfectly, and they are because of the internal conflict, he cannot master over them. So he gradually earns a bad reputation. Now, it depends on your control on your own psyche, your control on those basic elements that we call id, ego, and superego. According to Freud and Freudian theory of psychoanalysis, it is up to your own capacity, and no one can do anything for this to you. It is up to your own capacity, how far, how long, or in what particular extent you can control yourself and your drives. And the more you control over them, ultimately you become a matured man, a man with matured personality. Now, Freud goes for these theories, and I will hint at the end of this brief talk on the social behavior and Freudian theory, that these critical views of Freud and Freud's observations, these views are actually not beyond criticism. Of course, critics are there who are also attacking in the opposite, that they often don't see eye to eye with Freudian ideas all the time. They have their own observations, but Freud has his own opinions, and we shall talk a little bit about those counter arguments on the basis of Freudian ideas. Now, Freud thinks that mental disorder, psychological disorder, these are very common, and it only happens when one cannot have that perfect balance of the mind with all those basic elements of human psyche. Now, this basic mental disorder, which is very common, that someone is having some anxiety without any specific reason, someone is having some fear without any specific reason, and that sort of anxiety and fear which is meaningless without having any specific reason for this, that according to Freudian terminology is called neurosis. It wants immediate fulfillment of physical needs and urges. It talks about immediate fulfillment of all sort of difficulties. So this is how the whole thing is processed. And we know that it is something that wants immediate result. And it is so primitive in the nature, in the essence, that one cannot have that sort of time in the mind to give a kind of a suggestion not to behave in that very awkward way. So Eid is very problematic. It needs something immediately. For example, someone on the way saw another person, X, is having an ice cream. Now the person Y once saw the person X is having ice cream. Immediately the Eid operates in his mind. He too needs that ice cream on the spot. It is never a kind of a very perfect manner to have the ice cream on the spot, or he cannot snatch the ice cream of X in any possible way. Now, Eid is never going to listen to all those suggestions. Eid only knows, I want the ice cream at any possible, at any cost, by hook or by crook. So Eid is something that is beyond control. For this, according to Freud, we have another part of our human psyche that he talks about, the superego. Now, superego is that part of our human psyche that talks about rules, morals, suggestions. And it is the censorship on the spot. And it immediately gives signal to the mind that you cannot do this. This is an immoral act. You cannot do this because no one does this. And it immediately pinches. Now, there is an conflict. A conflict starts between Eid and superego. It demands instant gratification, on the spot satisfaction, on the spot fulfillment, and superego prevents. For this to opposite strong feeling, we have ego. Now, ego is more refined kind of a sect of our human brain. It talks about rationality. It talks about pragmatic condition of human brain and personality. It talks about what is justified and what is not justified. It talks about, of course, human self, but at the same time, it reminds the human brain that snatching someone's ice cream on the road is not at all permissible, but you have money in your pocket. If you want to have it at this very moment, wait for 5 minutes and then go and purchase another one for you. And in this way, you can satisfy your mind, you can biological demand, you can satisfy your biological desire. So ego compromises. Ego makes it clear to that psyche, human psyche, that no, this is something that what superego is saying, it is, you have to take notice of this. You cannot deny him on the spot, Mr. Eid. So take your time, wait for a minute, and then you go and purchase and have your own ice cream. So this balance is, it happens inwardly, and we are the individuals who experience such sort of internal conflict on the time. Now, along with these internal conflicts of id, ego, and superego, there are 5 separate basic stages in which the conflicts also operate, and those 5 basic stages are also important in this regard. What are those 5 basic stages? Those are oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital. And this is how, on the basis of these 5 basic stages, the psychosexual concept is developed. Now, Freud would like to say, we have those psychosexual zone in our human psyche, and it operates in different parts of our body. The psychosexual stages, 5: oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital. And the different areas of the body in which they operate, and this portion is called erogenous zones. So this is, in a nutshell, all about Freudian concepts of psychoanalysis and how human behavior operates actually. Now the point is that I was hinting at, that Freud's theory is not beyond question. Freud would like to say that these are his own findings, but those who are the followers, the critics of Freud, they are of the opinion that such kind of structure of human personality is basically narrow. Okay? It focuses only a narrow portion of human behavior and personality. It cannot elaborate. It cannot, highlight all the aspects of human condition. So it should have some more elaborate space to discuss about human personality. If this is one part of the criticism of Freudian theory, the other part of criticism is this is not based on science, because the empirical or the experimental data, it is not found in Freudian theory. Rather, it is more or less, something that is built up out of the provisions, mental conditions of Freud as a thinker. Freudian theory cannot be scientifically proved in that sense, because no such data is actually applied, or it can be proved as a successful one in that way. And the third type of another version of this critical aspect is that all the feminists, they are the critics of Freudian theory, because they think that Freudian theory, psychoanalytical theory, is primarily patriarchal in nature. It is male-dominated, it is anti-feminist, and it is misogynistic. We have so many feminist thinkers who are actually of the opinion that Freudian theory should have another version, because Freud has primarily talked about male psychology. It is basically a masculine narcissistic approach, and it has less space for women. So in this brief talk, I had to say all about this human behavior and the conflict, internal conflicts of id, ego, and superego in human brain. Thank you so much for your patient listening.